developers, welcome back to my channel. I apologize for the long wait. I have been extremely busy with various projects, but don't worry, I'm back now. And inshallah, I'll be uploading new videos on regular basis. So where we have left, in our previous videos, we have covered the basics of Dart, including functions and type depth. Today, we are going to move on to something new and explore Dart collections and dot map, dot where functions, for loops inside of a list like that. We have discovered for loops previously, and enums, spread operators. Okay, so we will go over how to declare and initialize collections, how to add and remove items, and how to iterate through them. By the end of this video, you will have a solid understanding of how to work with collections in Dart, and you will be well on the way to becoming a master of the language. So sit back, grab your coffee, and let's dive into the Dart collections together. Collections in Dart are objects that store a group of values, and there are three main types of collections: list, maps, and sets. List is an ordered collection of objects. So I have a list of integers named numbers. I'm going to use this add method, which add my 6 value to it and removes 3 values from it. If I could print this, you can see it added 6 and removed 3. Now, map is a key value pair, as we know, and this is a string of integer type pages. N is 25, Bob 30, Charlie 35. I'm going to use put if absent method, which takes my days key, and using arrow function, it added my value to it. Like if there is no days key, then it will put this days and value 40. And remove Charlie, you can see it added date. Now set. Remember, list is an ordered collection. Okay, and set is an unordered collection of objects, right? So set is like a list, but it is unordered. So set type of a string named fruits, apple, banana, orange, and I'm going to use as an element method like this for. And if it is okay, I'm using dot contains method here. It checks if there is apple, then it will return a boolean value true. Okay, contain mainly checks if there is the value present or not. There is a documentation, you could go through it. Now come to the dot methods like dot add, dot remove, dot contains, dot put if absent, dot map, dot where. We only covered two methods, dot map and dot where. So the dot map method is used to transform the elements of a collection like list or set into another collection with the same number of elements, okay, but possibly different values. It takes a function as an argument, which is mainly arrow function, which will specify the transformation to be performed on each value of the list or set. And it will return the value of this function is used to create a new collection. If you are confused, don't confuse. Let me give you an example. So I have a list, name list, which carries 3 values, Ari, Sana, and Ali. And I'm passing this name to a dot map function, which takes arrow function, what it is doing. This arrow function, which takes each name as an input and return its length. Let me run this and see the result. You can see it gives me the length of each value. Like Ari has 4, Sana has 4, and Ali has 3 length. Like this. You can also use dot to uppercase. It will takes each value and return uppercase letters like this. Let me give you another example. I have a number of lists and I'm going to square them. what I'm going to do, like passing dot map, arrow function, and I'm going to multiply the number within the number. Okay? And if I print this, now dot where method. So the dot where method is used to filter a collection based on a given condition and returns a new attribute with only the elements that meet the condition. Basically, dot where is for matching, or like if the length is equal to 5, then print this values like this. Let me give you an example. So, okay, I have a list of names, and what I'm going to do, I'm using dot where with the arrow function. Like if the name dot length is equal to 3, then print that value. Otherwise, don't print any other values. Okay, so it will print Ali. Okay, you can also use dot contains, that if there is Ali value exists, then print that value, or otherwise null. Now for loop and is a statement together in a list. So there is a numbers list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another list is even num, which takes for loop and is together. So what going on? For loop checks var n in numbers list and checks if it's even. That is sorry, n modulus 2 equals to 0. If it is even, then n is added to the even num. Okay, so if I print this, you can see it gives me 2 and 4 even numbers. Now see the another example. Now there is an empty list of squares and numbers list. As you can see, I'm using the for loop var n in numbers and calculate the square of each element by multiplying n with itself, and then add the squares to the list of square. I hope this is not confusing. You can also use a for loop like this, or either in a list of variable like before. Spread operator. Spread operators allow you to insert the contents of one collection's list or set into another collection. So there are two types of operators. First operator is 3 dots. So there are two lists, list 1 which carries 3 values and list 2 carries 2 values, and then 3 dots, list 1. If I print this, you could see it added my list 1 values after my list 2 values, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3. This 3 dots, like this 3 operators, is used to insert the elements of a collection into another collection. Okay, now let's take another operator example. I have 4 lists, list 1 added into list 2, and list 3, which is null, added into list 4. There is a null aware spread operator, 3 dots and question mark. If your list is having null, there is no value, then you could add 3 dots and this question mark. If you are confused about how to use spread operators in a list, then let me show you another example. Final A equals to list hello world and B carries 2 values good night. Now there is a list of X, which is a type of a string, and dot 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 A, comma dot 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 B, which will add my A values to that list and B values as well. If I print this X, you can see all values are together. Enums in Dart or enumeration is a special data type that consists of a set of named values. These are useful for defining set of related constants that represent the different options or choices. We can use enums to create more expressive or readable code, or you can say enums in Dart is like a constant value. Okay, let's take an example. So here is my enum keyword and name of that enum is HTTP status. I have defined 3 enums, okay, not found, server error. And then print each of the enum like this. This is the basic of enum. If I give you another example, so I have a color enum, red, green, blue. And then I have created a function, print color message. Which function is this? Tell me in comments. Okay, now print color message function takes color argument as an argument, and I'm using the switch cases. Like if color is red, then print this color is red. If color is green, then print this color is green. Okay. Now, sorry, before printing, I have to call this function. Okay. Now, when I call this function takes a color parameter and used a switch statement to print a message based on the value of that input. So I'm using the enum color.red. Now you can see if I said color.green, it prints this is a color green, this is a color red. If there is no enum, then you could use red if there is a variable which deciding the red color. Okay. Otherwise, we use enums like this. Now, for loop inside of a list and if statement inside of a list. Now, there is a variable bool is login equals to true, and I have defined a list of a string, which is the string square brackets. There is no need to write the keyword list. Okay, list carrying a string value hello world. Then if a statement, if is login, show home screen, else sign up button. And then the third value is for loop, which is the int I equals to 0, I greater than 5, and then I plus plus, I dot toString. Okay, don't get confused, okay? Now convert this list in a variable, and because we need to print this, that's why you can see it will print my string value, and then is checker checks if there's a login, then true. If not login, if there is a false, then show sign up button. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned about the Dart collections, how to use them, and where to use the spread operators, how to use enums. So I'm sure you are already feeling more confident in your ability to write Dart code. So don't forget to stay tuned for the next video in our Dart series, where we will continue to cover about both concepts, classes, constructors, and objects. And if you like this video, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends and colleagues. Thank you. So until next time, happy coding, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.